Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ken Kohlberg on behalf of Arlington Community Media, Inc. I am delighted to introduce to you today the captains of the 2017 Arlington Varsity Girls Soccer Team. We're here today to interview the captains, to get to know them a little bit, and to talk about the upcoming season. The girls are coming off a history of very recent success in Arlington girls soccer. They're looking to build upon a tradition of excellence led by Coach Paul Austin and Athletic Director Melissa Blugalecki. So without any further ado, let's meet the captains. We're going to ask them a couple of quick questions today, get to know them a little bit, and hopefully rev them up for what promises to be an extremely exciting season of Arlington Varsity Girls Soccer again this year. The first captain I'm going to introduce to you is a junior captain. Her name is Meghan Kerr. Meghan is seated to the left of a senior captain, Julia Zak, and Julia is seated next to our third captain, the senior Abigail Ewen. Girls, the first question I have for you today is that we're going to talk about is what you see as the team's overall goals for the season. And let's start with Meghan Kerr. Meghan, what do you see as the team's goals this season?
Well, the big goal that we definitely have is to go deep into a tournament and hopefully win the state championship. But we have to start off small, and we're really just trying to get our shape for right now and get quick transitions and just little things to begin with.
Julia, what about you?
I would have to say one of our big goals is kind of just to live up to the legacy created by the teams before us. There's like a huge reputation Arlington girls soccer has, and we really want to just continue to have a strong team and a strong program this year.
Abby?
I agree with both my co-captains here, but I also think first we have such a young team, so we really need to build the confidence up because our younger players have little experience and we have new players coming on who don't really know our style of play. So we really need to build them up to make sure that they're playing at the right level.
Interesting. And in terms of individual goals, I know that soccer is a team sport. We all know that, and we know that you guys do play beautifully together as a team and share the ball beautifully. But in terms of your individual goals this season, could you just let us know a little bit about what you think about that? And let's start with you again, Meghan.
An individual goal I definitely have is to live up the expectations of the past and former Kendra Griezmann, who is a left back, which I play, and really just make sure that I defend well and hold the back line strong and communicate well.
Well, we do remember Kendra. Kendra was outstanding. You've got big shoes to fill there, Meghan, but you've got some great experience, and I'm sure you'll accomplish that individual goal. Julia, what about you? What do you see as your individual goal for the season?
I'd like to just work on finally tweaking some little more technical things. I think I could still work and improve on my first touch and kind of controlling the ball out of the air. I've been winning a lot of headers and stuff, but I want to work on getting the ball down and actually controlling it and making the first pass.
Interesting. Abby, what about you? What are your individual goals for the season?
So I would like to score more goals than I have in the past. That's kind of what I've been looking to do, just because I think he's moving me up to striker. That's what I've been playing in practice, so I've been hoping to kind of connect with the midfielders and try to bring in some goals.
Certainly a reasonable goal for Abby. Abby has scored a lot of goals over the years in Arlington in the youth program and on the varsity team in the couple of years that she's been on it. So that's a good goal for you to have, Abby. I'm sure you will accomplish that goal. In terms of the summer, ladies, and the rigorous season that you have in front of you, it's a lot of games, a lot of scrimmages. I know that the season doesn't even start for a week, and you've already had 3 scrimmages, and you've got a couple more coming up before the home opener a week from today. What have you been doing, Meghan, first? Again, we'll start with you, mentally and physically to sort of get ready for what you know is going to be a rigorous season and demanding season on you physically and mentally?
Well, physically, right from the beginning of the summer, you have to start running and doing sprinting and getting your endurance up. But also we've had captain's practices where you can get good touches on the balls, as well as summer league games, which gets you back in the rhythm of playing hard competition. And mentally, I would say you just have to prepare yourself, trust yourself that you can do it, and you've done it so many times before.
Julia?
Me as well. I've been running all summer, kind of tying in the mental and the physical. One of the hardest things we do on the team is the Illinois run. So kind of just running and pushing myself as I run, not just going on jogs, but timing myself and going as hard as I can, literally until you think you're gonna pass out almost, and just going as hard as you can. Right. And that really helps. It makes me a better runner. I've gotten a lot better at the Illinois over the past couple years, and just like in like general, just like pushing myself.
Okay, and what about you, Abby?
So I've done the same things. We're all running all summer. We start in April, March, in May. Like we start really early. We know how hard it's gonna be. We probably train harder than any other team, just like physically, and then mentally. It's all a mental game, so you just have to be ready.
Right.
So.
And Coach Austin places a heavy emphasis on endurance. I've seen that in the past, and the Arlington teams, I think, have always been ones that sort of wear down their opponents, at least in the second half, as we've seen in the past few years. So now, Meghan, this is the first as a captain for you, and Julia and Abby as well. What do you just describe for us, if you could briefly, your individual leadership styles? I mean, someone has picked you as a captain. You've earned the position. What is your approach and your leadership style as captain?
My approach of being captain is, since I am on the younger side and I am only a junior, that I can communicate with some of the younger kids easier because I'm closer to their age. But it's also very important that I stay positive and make sure I give the younger players the confidence to get out on the field and play the way Arlington plays.
Julia?
I think one important thing is unity within the team, and that everyone feels like they're a part of the team, whether they're a bench warmer or they're like the starting goal scorer or whatever they are. So I'm trying to like kind of like increase a sense of community amongst the team and the camaraderie amongst like all of the girls on the team.
And Abby?
I think what I've been trying to do this year is more lead by example. You know, I wouldn't say I'm like the fastest or anything, but I always make the run in time, or I always work as hard as I can. I try to, I have a little bit more, like we are coming back this year with a little experience on the actual field, so I think I'm a player who has had experience, so I think I can have a lot to offer to younger players.
Right. You, Abby, were in the last year, I do recall, on the field pretty much the whole game during the state championship game and down the stretch in all of the playoff games. So you bring that sort of experience to the younger kids and to the middle kids. I take it, so do you feel that that's a particularly helpful approach and angle that you have to share with the others?
Yeah, I think I try to push people, like I know how hard we have to work, and we really have to push the younger kids to, you know, go as hard as you can for the loose ball or win the 50-50. So I think just coming with experience this year, just because we have so little experience, and I mean last year I didn't play striker, I played on the outside wing, so even I'm still learning too.
Correct.
But I think I have something to offer to the younger kids, because
Certainly. And then I guess the last question that we'll wrap up with is, you all are aware of the history of success that the team has had recently. State championship finalists 2 out of the last 3 years. And so here you come into a season where you have, as you've said, Abby, a younger team, which is true, but yet you had a lot of freshmen last year who are now sophomores who saw a lot of meaningful time. And all 3 of you have played at high levels in the youth program and up all the way through. So I guess the question would be, what are your thoughts on last season and the recent history of success, and what does that mean to you? Meghan, you first.
The last season and all the history that it brought, it was really exciting, and it was also very emotional because we made it to the end and we were so close but couldn't get there. And so I think with all of that history and all of the past of, playing in the state final and all the games that led to it, it really brings an emotional sense to this season, and it really it makes me want to work so much harder to get back there and win for my seniors that left and all of the seniors past and prior to that were so close but couldn't make it.
Very nice. What do you think, Julia?
Yeah, there's definitely a huge legacy with this program. It's one of the strongest programs in the school for the past few years, and kind of like Meghan was saying, the people from last year and years before still come back. They come to our tryouts, they come to our practices, they're always texting us, seeing how we're doing. So we're kind of not just playing for ourselves as a team, but we're playing for everyone who's been on the team in years before us. So like Kendra, she mentioned earlier, for instance, flew from Pennsylvania to watch our game last year for the state championship. So it's like our team is so much bigger than the 25 of us. It's like all of the people that have come before us, and we like really need to like, they worked so hard, and we need to continue to like carry on their legacy and work hard this year and do as best as we possibly can.
That's very well put. What do you think, Abby?
Yeah, so I've been pretty good friends with the past senior classes the past couple of years. So I think just like, obviously we just do it for the past players. That's kind of one of our big motivators, and also, I mean, this is me and Julia's last year, so we want to get back there, and you know, we've had success under our belts too. So it's all for past people. And yeah.
Well, we are certainly looking forward to a wonderful season, you guys. We really thank you guys very much for taking your time out today. We know you had a scrimmage this morning. We know you had Captain's Council this afternoon. And we know that Coach Austin has only got a week left to get you guys ready for the upcoming season. Just for the people in the community so that you know, the Arlington girls varsity soccer team starts their season 1 week from today at home at 3:45 against Stoneham. And we hope that people will come out and cheer on the girls. The schedule is posted on the Arlington Advocate paper every week, and we are wishing you all the best of success with the upcoming season. This concludes our interview. I'm Ken Kohlberg on behalf of Arlington Community Media, Inc. Good luck, girls, and have fun this season. Fun among all. Thank you.
Thank you.